take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams, still balling.
Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Philadelphia gets ready on offense behind Carson Wentz, the number 2 pick back in 2016 out of North Dakota State.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short the marker by just a yard, leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 40.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Just 3 weeks of games left in the NFL regular season. What's it going to take for him to win the MVP? What's it going to take?
Whatever it is, if he wants to strengthen that candidacy, no time like the present.
And let me tell you what I think. Not only does he have to play the clean game, no picks, things of that nature, he has to have at least one significant play that we'll talk about all next week. That'll really give him a higher profile.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect. expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 40. He's back to throw here to start the drive. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
San Francisco.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete.
Garoppolo's pass.
There are the numbers for Samuel from that game last week. 6 catches, 137 yards, and a score.
And he's trying to prove the adage is not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a cap on this season.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Defensively, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. Give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
All day, every day, any day.
That's complete, right around the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
George Kittle.
The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
We got 4. We got 4.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Robbie Gould on for the field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
Eagles nothing.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
On 2nd down now. Rankin. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. Brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Wentz's pass.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
49-yard line.
Mike to 59. Quit talking about it and bring it. Hey.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks.
Anything moves, we get it.
Here we go. A loss of a yard.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Check.
Here we go. 180.
Strong right.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo.
Check 31.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come on.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
56 the month.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. They'll get him to the ground at the 20, following a pickup of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. He turns and gives to Coleman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Muscles him off. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
56, right there. 56.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got?
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
That's a gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end Kittle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Check, 59. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. He's coming.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
37-yard line.
Hey, watch that,
It's a
watch that.
pickup of 6.
On 2nd down and 4. Wentz. That's caught by the UCLA product. It's Callum Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
The 48-yard
But
line.
one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch tight. Tight is right. 4 down.
Shotgun now for Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here we go.
2nd and 11.
54. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Wentz on the give to Sanders.
Alert flare.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Again, the ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz it, run and play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That's good for another Eagle.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Here we go.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that's incomplete.
Wentz's pass.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Working from the gun, Wentz. That'll be caught. Rager with it. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Well, it's tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Again, it's Wentz. And it's caught. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Caleb Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Got the connection here to Bourne. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Garoppolo hustling back to the line now. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He'll drop this down to Coleman, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Jake Elliott.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. That catch good for only a couple. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman.
Garoppolo's pass.
4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second and 1. At the Niners' 49-yard line.
And they'll try a jet sweep. It's Rager. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Here's Sanders. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. From the 25, here's second and 6. Now Wentz. And this one's incomplete. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Jimmy Ward there defensively.
Throwing is Wentz.
Watch the pass.
And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
First and 10.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Man. 56 to Mike.
Into the red zone. Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll run with Sanders.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Listen.
Mike, check.
They'll run with Sanders.
Let's get in there.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Ball carrier.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
Second and
Wentz gonna throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
complete. Brings up third and
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Would you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Just take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Here we go.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A gain of 2.
From just shy of midfield. Garoppolo looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26.
26 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a 1st down.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This is Coleman. Down right around the 25. The veteran Jamie Collins there on the tackle.
1 yard gain.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman.
Let's go.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Here we go.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That QB's trash. Let's go. Check.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are back within a score. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
They ain't moving the ball on this.
The 49ers will line up for the two-point conversion.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Take it in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Now Wentz on 3rd down.
Single receiver.
Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Let's go. Tight end left. Tight end left. We got 4. We got 4. Mike's 56. What's that, son? What's that?
Here's Wentz to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Come on, boy.
Open man is Samuel, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run it with Coleman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. And what are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Open man is Bourne. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And Gold is able to put it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Single.
From the gun, it's Wentz. This ball complete to Rager. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Rager. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Let's calm the crowd. Here we go.
They begin the drive with Coleman.
Here I come again.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Here we go.
Some good gains going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Mike's 5'9".
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Here we go.
2nd and 6.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Here we go. Like 20.
The Niners on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a 3rd down, blanketed the field goal coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced a dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why'd you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And out now come the Eagles. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Pick up the ball. Mike's 56. Mike.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Intended for Steven Sims. Incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All day. All day. Mike's 54.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, never ceases to amaze me just how fast these defensive ends are in the game nowadays. Part of that is what we've seen in college football, where they've gotten smaller and faster on the defensive side of the ball. But they brought that to the NFL because it is hard for an offensive lineman to keep them away from the quarterback.
56 to Mike, boy. 56.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Going for it with Sanders. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple is all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Throwing on first is Wentz. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Eric Armstead has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
After the sack on first down, Wentz, and the pressure gets to him again.
Carson Wentz sacked.
Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And no, it's incomplete.
Intended for J.J.
So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big ways. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of down. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Single. I got a single on the slot. Single on the slot.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a
That's right.
defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Take it in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Garoppolo and the Niners now down 21-17, 2:07 remaining. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick six. His throw incomplete.
Here we go.
George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Darius Slay.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Completes it to Samuel. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. Here we go. 180.
59.
You gonna get this boy?
Back to throw.
You think you gonna get
Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 180.
Check 59. Exit. Exit. Kill. 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 Kill.
Back to throw. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Pass.
The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. And his throw here's incomplete.
Garoppolo.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
He'll look to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle.
Here we go. Here we
And
go.
he's
Here we
going to
go.
get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
George Kittle.
Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner 1st down.
You're not ready.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here we go.
Here's a
180.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
San Francisco.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So now it's the Eagles' turn, trailing by a field goal. 56 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score.
56. Mike.
Now Wentz.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. It's a quick first down. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Back to throw. Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's get it.
And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's gone down. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Escaping the pressure right. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for San Francisco, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Brent.